I gotta tell you, sadly, I mean, honestly, and I really mean this, sadly, I think I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life. Refer back to about a week ago and the treacherous date I went on with a famous LA, actor. We won't even get into that. I did a 3-part series. So this past week also, my ex, the one that I truly loved and literally broke my heart a few years ago, and I won't get into my diagnosis, did not even respond to it. And if he's watching, now you'll understand why I couldn't possibly respond to you. But honestly, I've been on Match.com, and it absolutely has sucked for me. It sucks.
Yeah, that's what happens when you try and re-enter the dating pool when you are 60 years of age. Guys, these women who get divorced and then they try and go back out there dating, oftentimes they get a very rude shock when they realize that the majority of men aren't interested in dating them anymore. This is why back in the day, marriage used to be forever. But nowadays, women can get divorces simply because they feel like it, and a lot of them end up regretting it. Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So on today's episode, we have here a compilation thanks to Detective Warg on modern women who have gotten divorced. So guys, before we jump into it, don't forget to go and subscribe to Warg's channel. I'm going to leave it linked in the pinned comment. And without further ado, guys, let's just jump right in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Twice divorced, blind to red flags, and the other woman is never married and blind.
Okay, this is gonna maybe mess up my TikTok algorithm, but
it says here, by the way, guys, for those of you who aren't looking at the screen, it says 60 and single, it's rough out on the streets. Yeah, this is why when you get married, it should be till death do us part. Guys, I don't have sympathy for girls who get a boyfriend, get a long-term husband, whatever, and then they try and re-enter the dating market and they realize that men don't want them. Men throw you out on the streets for a reason.
And I don't even care because I'm gonna get this out and I'm gonna post it and I don't give a F. Guys, it's Saturday night. Excuse me, I just went out to dinner, but I'm still hungry, so I came home and I made a salad. And I drank wine for dinner, but I'm drinking more now. I gotta tell you, sadly, I mean, honestly, and I really mean this, sadly, I think I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life.
If you're so sad about that problem, why don't you solve it? I swear, guys, a lot of these people that have TikTok accounts, especially, this woman is 60 years of age. I don't know, I find this incredibly creepy. Girls who have, TikToks and, Instagrams and stuff like this when they're 60. It never ceases to amaze me how society doesn't seem to view this as creepy. It's absolutely insane. But I swear a lot of these people make these videos not because, she says it as though it's a problem, but these people never actually solve their problems. You see, they'd rather just sit there and complain about it rather than actually go out there and get a man. This woman does not look 60 to me, guys. She's an older woman, obviously, okay? But, to say that she wouldn't have had her chance in the dating market is just absolutely incorrect.
Refer back to about a week ago and the treacherous date I went on with a famous LA, actor. We won't even get into that. I did a 3-part series.
A 3-part series this woman released on her. Maybe I might have to message my editor and see if we can go and find this 3-part series. But again, This is a woman who's six. This is a fully grown, like, mature adult individual here, posting a 3-part series on her dating life. I don't know about you guys, but I prefer to keep my private life private. You know, it just makes sense to me. I don't understand these people who have the need to post everything, like, just all over the internet for, like, thousands of people to see. It's really confusing to me.
So this past week also, my ex, the one that like I truly loved and like literally like broke my heart a few years ago, and I won't get into my diagnosis, did not even respond to it. And if he's watching, now you'll understand why I couldn't possibly respond to you. But like honestly, I've been on, Match.com, and it absolutely has sucked for me. Like it sucks.
I'd be very interested, and by very interested, I mean not at all interested, but it would be interesting to see how their relationship actually ended. Because whenever I see these videos, I don't actually believe these individuals when they say, they got their heart broken. I don't believe people who get on TikTok and talk about their relationships ending. Because we don't know. We don't know if she cheated on him. You never hear the dude's side of the story. You just hear that the man broke her heart. And this is the problem, because you will have simps who will hear this and go, yes, queen, oh, that sucks. The man broke your heart. But you never know unless you speak to the man. Guys, for those of you who are out there dating, you might notice that if you're seeing a girl, or, if you have a girl who's super into you, oftentimes her friends will absolutely hate your guts. They will never have spoken to you before, okay? But you have individuals who hate you, even though you've never spoken to them. It's kind of like people will go out here and just believe what everyone says. Oh, she posted it on the internet, it must be true. Please understand, guys, that when you see people on the internet talking about their relationships, you're never actually hearing the man's side of the story, And
I just got off the phone with this guy, and I'm literally floored. 5 minutes into the conversation, all he did was talk about himself, his ex-girlfriend who lives in LA, I was on the phone call. I didn't even want to get the phone call because I was just out to dinner with friends and I just wanted to relax. But I was like, okay, I'll take the phone call. And as he's talking, I'm taking the laundry out of the dryer. I'm just like making my salad. I'm like totally tuning him out, and I go, this is really bad.
I'm sorry, didn't she just say she was out for dinner? And then now she says that she was doing laundry at the same time? Okay, whatever. But, madam, you cannot complain about a man having a narcissistic personality or talking about himself and his, ex, when you literally have a TikTok account documenting your dating life, and the first thing you did in your video was talk about your ex. Like, are we not understanding the hypocrisy, the hypocrisy here? It's really weird to me when you have individuals calling other individuals narcissists, but you are 60 years of age posting on TikTok. Like, make that make sense to me.
So, I love you guys. I'm going to continue to do my Julie Liza styling, my wardrobe styling. I'm going to continue doing my TikToks, hang out with my friends. I'm going to just live my best life. But sadly, this fabulous lady is probably going to not ever be with a man again.
Again, complaining about a guy being narcissistic and talking about himself too much, but sits there on camera and describes herself as, I can't even remember, she called herself like a beautiful lady or something.
What can I say? One more thing. I'm very active on social media, and I know, because I see it all the time, women, not just my age, but women in their 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, everyone is going, we're done. We don't want to, we're going to hang out with our cats and our plants. I'm not going to do the cats because I'm allergic, but you know what I'm saying. Something's going on. I don't know. Ever since the pandemic, we've all lost our minds. We can't connect. It's like this. I don't know. And honest to God, I wish I was attracted to women. I mean, I am. I think women are gorgeous, but I don't feel that way. And I'm at a loss. I surrender. I'm asking tonight. I mean, you can see I'm jazzed up about this. I want to know, are you experiencing this? Suggestions? Like, I'm at a loss, because the truth is, I would like to spend, I don't even want to get married. I don't even think I want to get married again. I just didn't think.
Yeah, okay, so we're getting a bit incoherent here, and I'm, having an aneurysm. But when she says, you know, we're just really not connecting, like, why do things not line up? I can't seem to get my dating life in order. That's really what it comes down to. The reason why, there are two main reasons why you can't get your dating life in order. Number one, you're 60. You're not supposed to have a dating life. That's number one. Number two, you're a 60-year-old divorced woman specifically. You're not supposed to have a dating life. Number two, it's always been this way for women because women are chasing men out of their league. And of course, men who are out of your league don't want to commit to you. Okay, because here's the thing. Girls will complain about men having options. They'll sit there and say like, oh, why won't this guy commit to me? They can't communicate properly. Men are just immature. They don't know how to talk about their feelings. Okay, they'll say all of this crap, which is just code for he doesn't want to commit to me, so I'm trying to shame him. But at the same time, guys, when they have all of the options, do you think that these women, when they're in their 20s, are really looking for their long-term marriage partner? Because if they were, they would have them. You understand what I'm saying? If you take this woman at 21 years of age, and she was looking for a dude to marry and stay with for the rest of her life, she would be able to do it. Same with most 21-year-old women who don't eat a crap ton of McDonald's. Hell, even the girls, get this, guys, even the women who have terrible attitudes, like I'm talking terrible attitudes, absolute man haters who are insufferable individuals, these people can still pull dudes simply because they're a woman. This is why I don't have empathy for girls who complain about their dating situation. Now, if you date your first guy and like really out of the blue he cheats on you, I can understand. But a lot of these girls are choosing cheaters, they're choosing men who don't want to commit to them, and it is very clear when you're choosing that type of man.
I want to live with someone. I just want to have someone to hang out with and, you know, do other things. I just don't see it happening. So please, feedback me.
Things that dating casually taught me, part one,
Oh boy.
probably. So first and foremost, I got really good about explaining what I wanted.
That's fantastic because there's nothing more that a man likes when he goes on a first date with you to hear what you want, to hear you explain what you want out of dating. Ma'am, men are caring less and less about what you want. The funny thing is, guys, you'll have women who will rock up on dates now, and most dudes are so done that they'll just straight up lie to you because they don't care anymore. Oh yeah, I'm looking for something serious. Now, I'm not saying this is the right thing to do, guys, but many men have hit the point where it's just like, yeah, I'm just going to play as many women as possible. I hear so many videos, guys, of girls in their 30s and 40s complaining that men in their 30s and 40s are absolute players. Absolute players. But guess who made them this way? The women made them this way. Dudes who are 40 and understand women, you will not catch them settling down specifically with Western women. Not at all.
And that was actually a great test because if they understood what I wanted, then
I want.
Then that was like a green flag for them of being capable of understanding the nuance and complexity of human relationship. Because I was like, dude, I don't want to just hook up, and
What's the bet she said that after she just hooked up with him, by the way?
I don't want you to see me just as a body to use for your things. I want to have some kind of connection. Like, it'd be cool if we like each other.
Yeah, good luck with that. Guys, this is the funny thing when like girls are dating, is they'll give themselves to a dude and then they'll try and get commitment after and be like, well, I really want you to view me as more than my body. And the guy's just like, nope, not interested, sorry, have other women, don't really care. But at the same time, if you offer any of these women constructive criticism on how to get a man, they don't want to hear it. Like, guys, it is socially unacceptable in lots of places in the West now to suggest that a woman can cook. Like, you know, to suggest that, hey, it might be a good idea to have a good attitude, and if you can cook, that's a fantastic attribute to have. Like, that sentence that I just said is so offensive to these women, and yet at the same time, they wonder why dudes just are not interested in them. And the problem is, a lot of these girls have nothing to offer aside from their bodies. And they don't care to offer more to men, you know? It would be a different story, guys, if a lot of these girls went for commitment up first and actually looked at how to provide value to men, but none of them really care to do it, you know?
And not just the act of being together. And the men who understood that were good men. The ones who did not, they just saw me as a hookup, and they were probably shitty.
Yeah, and guess which ones you went for? Just take a guess.
But I had to be very comfortable with what I wanted in order to explain it to them. And not only that, be very good at, if they can't offer me that, be like, okay, bye. And I had to be okay with that denial not phasing me. I wasn't asking too much. I had to be okay with I had to be confident that I wasn't asking too much. And I had to be very good about not having a scarcity mindset. If you can't give it to me, someone else can. And being able to accept where they were at. Like, I accept that's where you're at. There's nothing wrong with where you're at. That works for you, I guess. But it doesn't work for me. And
Yeah. And you know why it doesn't work for her, guys? Because she's getting older. She's realizing that if I don't check out of the market now, if I don't get a boyfriend now, if I don't get a man to commit to me now, then I'm going to have more and more issues as I get older. Guys, I've said this before, okay? But this whole, like, hookup culture and girls complaining about men committing, it only becomes a problem when they can't get as much attention anymore. You see how it's like, oh, I'm at a stage in my life where I'm looking for something serious. Oh, really? You're at a stage in your life that you're looking... So you weren't looking for something serious in previous stages? You weren't looking for something serious when you were 19, 20, 21, but now that you're 25, 26, 27, now you're looking for something serious? Interesting.
that's okay. Bye. We're not compatible. And that level of like non-attachment was really a huge lesson for me as somebody who tends to be like an anxious, over-attaching kind of person.
The person who refuses to secure commitment up front in all previous relationships is what she really means.
Because I genuinely liked these men, and there was definitely a couple that I got like my hopes up for.
You got your hopes up for all of them? That's why you didn't shoot for commitment up front, because you knew you would scare them off.
But it didn't work out in the end, and that was okay, and that was good. Part 2 of dating lessons. While dating casually, post-divorce.
Oh, she's divorced as well. I forgot this was a divorce video. There you go, guys. So, that just makes it funnier, man.
After not having dated casually ever, including in high school, I want to focus on things that I learned about myself. So going into dating casually, I was like, of course I can date casually. Like, I can date without getting super attached. But like I said in my last video, I am an anxiously attached person. I love people. I get attached. And I used to think like that if I like you, you like me, that's enough. Because that was the context of which I got married. That's actually not enough to have a satisfying adult relationship.
Yeah, because you need the commitment as well. You can't just have a man who comes along and doesn't want to have anything serious with you, because you want to be able to build together. You want to be able to create a connection. You want a guy who's going to accept you now that you are divorced and going into your 30s, maybe early 30s. I can never tell with these girls, man. I got no clue what age they are ever. But yeah, now we're looking for a dude.
But I didn't know that at the time. Thank goodness it was with an anxiously attached individual, so nothing came of it. So I learned my attachment style, and I am continuing to learn within all of my romantic connections of what that means for me. I've learned to set more boundaries with myself and my energy, and honestly, just to learn to be more honest with myself. Instead of being like, no, like, I don't care. I'm a cool girl. I'm not attached. I don't care what he does, blah, blah, blah. I'm honest, like, yes, I do care.
Yeah, so there you go. She's done it previously. She engages in this hookup culture, but she doesn't like it because she can't secure commitment from men, especially now that she's divorced. What an absolute shocker. And also, guys, she talks about attachment styles here. If you guys didn't know this, there's actually some interesting things behind attachment styles. So she says she has an anxious attachment style. Okay, and people who have an anxious attachment style are typically, attracted to people, specifically men, obviously, who have avoidant attachment styles. If you guys didn't know this, okay, this is why being needy throws women away. Because if you're a needy person, you have the anxious attachment style, which pushes them to be avoidant. The more you chase women, the further away they run. This woman, guys, for men that she's not attracted to, she'd have an avoidant attachment style. All the dudes who are needy would run her straight into the hills. She would absolutely not talk to them. Dudes who know what they're talking about when they're talking about women, the first thing they will tell you is that if you are needy, a girl will it's just the fastest way to run a woman away. But it's really interesting, guys. If you're a dude who's anxious and you're constantly looking for reassurance, you're going to make women be avoidant. But if you're a dude who literally does not give a crap and isn't really interested in them, oh, they'll chase you. It's the stupidest crap of all time. And this is why a lot of them never have, good relationships with men, is because they're always looking for the next dopamine hit. Guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. I'm getting a headache from listening to these clowns. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. If you guys have any responses to any particular video that we've covered here today, feel free to leave them in the comments. And as always, guys, make sure that you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? Past Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's episode, and also to say a little bit of an announcement. We are going to be recruiting more members to Fiend Gang, so if this is something that interests you, you want to be a content creator, make sure you check out the link in the video description. It's going to be somewhere near the top. There's one for a creator application, and then also if you're someone who makes music, if you make beats, we're also looking for someone who can make beats for the channel as well. So if either of these interest you, make sure that you check them out. And as always, guys, just again, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you in the next one for real this time. Peace.